Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rishi, and this is the third episode of the series How to Study. In this video, we are going to take a look at one of the most important parts when it comes to learning. Without any further ado, let's begin. When we talk about learning as a whole, there are two things that come to our minds. First part is understanding. So it is important for us to understand a concept and know how it works if we want to use it in any kind of questions or in real life. So understanding is the crucial part. It's always the number one. Apart from understanding, it's also important for us to remember what we understood. So here's where the second most important thing comes, which is memorizing. I know that some of you might not like it, not some of you, most of you, including myself. Memorizing has always been a hassle since I started schooling. But, while it is difficult to memorize, if we know the right techniques to memorize, this process of memorizing becomes extremely easy. Well, not easy, but it becomes extremely manageable. This is true. And trust me, if you go on the internet and try to surf for methods to memorize, you will see thousands and thousands of methods. And today, in this video, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful techniques that I have tried, and it has worked for me tremendously. Today, I'm going to teach you a method called Memory Palace. You might have heard of this method. Some of you might know it, some of you might not. Whatever the case is, let's dive deep into the concept of Memory Palace. A bit of an origin story before we start. Memory Palace is a method created by the Greeks, and this method works by associating the things you want to memorize with a place or a building that you know very well of. So the best way to explain Memory Palace will be to use your own house. Okay, I'll give you an example. Trust me, once you see the example, you will start to understand it much better. For example, imagine your house. Alright, so imagine that you're entering your house. So the first thing you see is, of course, the gate of your house, the outside gate. Alright, and then you enter into the car wash. Then after that, you see the door that leads you inside your house. Then after entering through the door, what you will see will be your living room. But let's not put living room, let's put what can you find in the living room. So for example, you see the sofa. And then after that, you see the television. And let's stop right there. Of course, you can make it much longer, but I'm going to explain to you how it works. So for instance, you want to memorize the first 5 elements of the periodic table. So what you would do is list out the first 5 elements. So for those who are not familiar, the first 5 elements will be: first, hydrogen. Second is helium. Third will be lithium. The fourth will be beryllium. Then finally, the fifth will be boron. So this method works by associating the things that you find in your house, which is your memory palace, hence the name palace, the place you stay, to the things that you want to memorize. So what you would do is you will try to match these two things. For instance, you have gate, your outside gate, right? To link hydrogen to the gate, what you can do is, so when you say hydrogen, what comes to your mind? This is completely up to you. When we say hydrogen, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? When I say hydrogen, the first thing that comes to my mind will be bombs. Yes, bombs. It can be as dark as you want it to be, or it can be as funny as you want it to be. It can be as weird as you want it to be. But whatever it is, it must be true to you. It must resonate with the way you think. So first thing that comes to mind when I see hydrogen will be bombs. So what I would do is, the gate, I would imagine that there is a bomb strapped to the gate and it's ticking from 10 to 1, something. That will be the first thing. The second thing will be car Porsche. And as when you say helium, the first thing that comes to my mind will be balloons. So I would imagine there are thousands of balloons with different colors all floating in the car Porsche. Then after that, the third will be lithium. When you say lithium, the first thing that comes to my mind is the lithium battery. So I would imagine the door having a security system which needs a lithium battery to operate. Something like that. It doesn't have to make complete sense, but as long as you can remember what is the connection, it's completely fine. Then the fourth one will be beryllium. Beryllium is not a commonly used metal. Beryllium is not a commonly used element, but what I would remember from beryllium is the first part of the name, which is berry. So berry just means blueberry. So what I would think is someone eating blueberry on my sofa. It can be as simple as that. Someone eating blueberry on the sofa and they're making a mess. And then until the sofa becomes blue, something like that. It can be as crazy as you want it to be. And then the last one, fifth one, is boron. So boron is also not a very commonly used element. So when I say boron, what comes to my mind is the first part, which is bore. So bore, what I would think is a boar, a real wild boar. So television and boar, the connection I would make is there is a National Geographic channel playing on television, and there is a wild boar on it. And with that, I would finish Memory Palace for the first 5 elements. And now it's your turn. You have been listening to me for long enough. What is the first thing? When you enter, it's your gate. And what is on the gate? Come on, give it a try. Exactly, you're correct. It's bomb. For the remaining four elements, I'll give you some time. Think and try to list it down. Stop the video right now and give it a try to remember as much as you can. So you can pause the video now. Alright, welcome back. Now, I'm quite sure that most of you got the last 4 as well. It's very funny and quite amazing that our mind is able to understand the relation that we make with the things that we already know with something new we are learning, just because there is a connection there. It's quite amazing. So for those who are wondering, let's go through the answers. The second one will be car Porsche, which has balloons on it. The third one will be a door with batteries in it. Then the fourth one will be sofa with blueberry on it. someone eating a blueberry, remember? Then the fifth one will be a television with a ball running here and there. So bomb, which resonates with hydrogen, balloons, which resonates with helium, battery, which resonates with lithium, and blueberry, which resonates with berry, which is beryllium, and lastly, bore, which rhymes with boron. Not a complete rhyme, but somewhere there. So as you can see, by remembering the places in our house, the places, or should I say the objects in our house, we are able to make a relation to the first five elements of the periodic table. This is how powerful this method is. We associate something we already know with something we would like to know through a relation that we make. This relation doesn't have to make sense. It's just for your own mind to remember the content. And this is how memory palace method works. For this method to work in your favor, training is very, very important. Just give it a try. Try to do 10 things a day, 20 things a day, 30 things a day. Then as time progresses, you will start to notice that your memory power is getting stronger and stronger. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. As usual, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.